What's going on, everybody? It's your boy GemMint back with another statue unboxing and review. We got a brand new one in from Prime One Studio, the 1/3 scale Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Got a chance to see this one last year at Comic-Con, this one with their Sinestro that's coming out soon, and it's a set that I've personally been excited for ever since the debut of it. So we're gonna go ahead and do an unboxing. We're gonna do a thorough assembly with all the light ups, and we're gonna give my final thoughts after. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more content. And also, we're doing crazy weekly shows over on Whatnot every Wednesday, and it includes statues. We do giveaways for the whole show. We have great stuff in the buy it now, and you could win a large premium statue every show. But I'll get into that a little bit more at the end of the video. But for now, we're gonna jump into these boxes. Gotta show love to the beautiful art boxes that has a nice portrait of the statue on the front, Green Lantern logos and such on the back. You get more of a full body shot on the back of the large box. And then we have this little smaller box here, Hal Jordan on the front from the front angle, and then a little side angle. Like I said, Green Lantern logos on the top and on the sides. Let's jump into this small one first. All right, so box one is the smaller box. It's just the base. You're gonna wanna take this one out first so that you can assemble the statue on top of it, of course. Let's take a quick look at it. So it's got a nice detailed weathered sub base. Definitely has like outer space vibes. And then you have the Green Lantern Corps logo on the back and the large lantern on the front that does have a light up feature. We can see all the translucent power of will coming up from the sub base, and then these meteorite type of rocks on the base, which we're gonna see a lot more of on this statue. And you'll notice around the back, there is also a little micro USB plug and a switch that's going to be for the light up feature. Press the button and that power supply is going to be just for the flames on the base. Here's a better look at it with the lights off without the translucent flame on the lantern, which we'll show later. Moving on to the second box, the main box, which has two layers, a ton of pieces on the top layer here, as you can see. 4 portraits. We have badge for the exclusive, and like I mentioned, a ton of meteorite rocks, which are really well done. There's a lot of texturing in there. It's got that surface of the moon type of texture in all different sizes, a larger piece here. Things will key into these rocks, as you'll see during the assembly. And we also have a ton of these pieces of flame, translucent green resin, the willpower from the Green Lantern. I've become a huge fan of translucent resin throughout the years. I didn't like it initially, I guess on smaller scale pieces, but on these 1/3 scale pieces, huge chunks of translucent resin are always a win, especially for these types of powers. And you're not gonna see those magnets at the pegs, those are gonna be hidden once they're keyed in. And like I mentioned, this is the deluxe edition, so you have badge, another Green Lantern, which you could display with or without, as you'll see during assembly, but great shine on the metallic green part of the costume, the black, the texture in the tail. Now, moving on to the portraits, I don't think having these 2 portraits was necessary. It's almost like spot the difference. The one on the left is just a regular stern face. This one, you can see the teeth coming through slightly. We have 2 more portraits and they look a little bit different. So you have gritted teeth on the left and the Rage portrait on the right. You probably could have just done the regular stern and the Rage portrait. I don't think those other 2 were really necessary, but great job on the teeth, the tongue, the expression. The Rage portrait is my favorite one. All right, let's get on to the bottom and final layer here. So this is where we have the majority of Hal Jordan. We do have a couple of more pieces of space rock. So really quick, we'll just show those off. Larger pieces, big keys, strong magnets. All right, on to Hal Jordan. We have a very large key with a strong peg on the foot as it's gonna support the entire statue. The metallic green on the costume. The black has a shine to it as well, but you can still see the texturing to make it look like it's fabric. The muscle definition you can see underneath. Then onto the torso, they continue with that same paint job. I love the metallic green, and the emblem on the chest actually lights up. We'll show you where the battery compartment is on this one in just a second. Really impressed with the muscle definition on the back. They gave him such a strong back, powerful superhero back. And if you look inside the torso, this slides out and it does house 2 AAA batteries, which you're gonna need to light it up. Every other piece has a light up moving forward. So his left hand with the white traditional glove, he's holding the lantern. It has a piece of translucent resin in it already. As you can see, it doesn't move or sway, but it does have a battery compartment which takes those smaller watch type of batteries. So this one takes 2 or 3, and then the final arm here, the right arm, takes 2 or 3. It's 5 total that you'll need. Big, huge, swooshing piece of translucent resin showing the power of the Green Lantern ring, and that's gonna be the last piece that we'll show. It's on to the assembly. This video is brought to you by THATSPIDERMANBOOTH.com. Their September subscription box is now live. So what do you get with the subscription box? Well, you get the fan box. It's 5 comic books, both store exclusives and random comics, at least $100 worth of retail value just there. You also become a That Spider-Man Booth Club member, which gives you access to the members-only store that has exclusive content and free shipping. You get a 50% off homepage product discount with free shipping, monthly YouTube giveaways via the Monday Mania show, and of course, the variant that's exclusive to this box for September, which is a Do You Poo Ninja Funk homage by Alex Cormack. Make sure to head on over to ThatSpiderManBooth.com and sign up for that subscription box today. And you're definitely going to want to use this bad boy, the assembly instructions. It also shows you where everything goes in the box if you ever need to box it back up for whatever reason. So we're definitely going to use this, and it looks like it wants us to put Hal Jordan on top of the base first. So that's what we'll do. Keys in rather easily. The peg finds the hole and just make sure it's secured. Then it wants us to grab this larger piece of space rock and put it to his right. Another large chunk will go to his left foot. And then we can go ahead and put the torso on. You want to go ahead and put those AAA batteries in first and turn the on switch on. This piece is a little bit tricky. The translucent resin wraps around his legs like so and keys into the rock to his left foot. Then we have a couple of more pieces of flame that will kind of wrap around him for a nice effect. Here's the last one, very large piece. So they're swooshing around him. We've got some more pieces of space rock. This one will go right here, a little bit more of a longer piece. We have a smaller piece of rock on the bottom. This should be the last piece of rock, and then we have some pieces of flame that we're going to attach. So that's one piece. Swinging around to the front, we have a piece of flame there, smaller piece around the side. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the lantern on the base has a piece of translucent resin that'll go right in the middle, and it'll glow when the base is lit up. So nice effect on the front of the base here. All right, so this rock is the piece that you would use if you didn't want to display badge. We'll show badge a little bit later on during the assembly here, but you'll use that piece. We don't have this lit up right now, but his left hand with the lantern, the right hand with the power ring, which kind of has flames that wrap around his arm as well, similar to the torso. And then we can play with all these switch out portraits, and you can see how there's not much difference, right? So regular face, and that turns into slightly open mouth, completely unnecessary in my opinion. I will never use this switch out, but it's there if you like it. Then we move to the gritted teeth, a little bit more expression, more detail on the portrait, but I don't really see why I would use this when I have the Rage portrait, which has that plus so much more, right? Great detail on the skin. It looks realistic. The inside of the mouth is highly detailed. Love the whited out eyes. The hair looks great. The portraits look great, just we don't need 4 of them. So badge, we'll remove that piece, and it's a very similar piece, but it has a keyhole in it, which will replace it, and badge keys in right into there. He looks so cute. Very cool to have a completely new character for the deluxe edition. Now let's see what Green Lantern looks like with all of the light up functions on. So we got the green in the background. It's like a silhouette picture, and then boom, removing the lights from the back. The base is glowing, the lantern, his chest, and the power ring. Seriously impressed with this statue. I actually posted a couple of teaser pictures on Instagram and on Facebook last night. One with just like the silhouette lights on with the statue, and one with the lights off with the green lights in the back. Make sure you're following me on Instagram or over on Facebook. I do some photo gallery stuff over there. But man, huge piece. Let's take a look at the measurements. I think it's over 40 inches tall. All right, so Hal stands 38.5 inches tall. The depth is a little bit deeper than the width, about 16 inches, because the lantern sticks out. The base width is about 13 inches. However, it's really like a 17-inch wide piece if you're thinking about like total cabinet space. So the deluxe edition retails $1,599. You get all those additional portraits and you get badge. The regular edition is $100 less. So I felt like the $100 was worth it to get the lower edition size. This one is limited to 220 pieces. It's actually number 5 out of 220, so nice low edition size. And to get badge, I felt like it was worth it. Now the light up features are cool, however, there are so many different batteries needed and plugs needed. This didn't come with the power cord for the micro USB, so luckily I had just one of those laying around. But it takes a USB plug for the base. It has AAA batteries for the torso chest to light up, and then you need those smaller watch batteries, 5 of them in total, and I believe they're sold in packs of 3 for the lantern and for the ring. So you need all these things turned on, and they're not easy to turn on as well. You have to disassemble the statue in order to use most of the light up features, right? So you'd have to take the torso off to switch on and off the chest function. You'd have to remove the right arm to turn the switch off of that one. The left arm, you would essentially have to remove it to go underneath the lantern and switch on and off those batteries. So while I think it's really cool with the light up feature, they're just not practical to get to, and there's way too many power components needed to light them up. This is such an impressive piece from the base. Huge presence, all the translucent resin, the moon rock, everything kind of going in a whirlwind as it moves up, surrounding Hal Jordan. Badge to the side. Crazy statue. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Like I said, we're doing crazy Whatnot Wednesday shows every single week, and we're incorporating the statues. We're doing giveaways for the whole show, buyers appreciation giveaways for the statues, and we're working on some exclusive gem crate stuff just for Whatnot. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to leave you with Hal spinning on the turntable. Stay minty fresh. Peace.